What would you ask an American?
Well, I don't know about you, but that's what the students at Lumen would.
First, let's meet the Americans.
Hi, I'm Evelyn. I live in Vermont,
Nice.
which is part of the United States.
My name is Calvin Sines. I'm 24 and I live in Royalton, Vermont.
So my name is Emily and I am 52. I live near here in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts.
So my name is Lang, which is short for Langston, and I live, I live in Portland, Oregon, but I'm from Massachusetts, and I'm in Massachusetts right now, and I'm 21 years old.
I'm Sulu Sunrise. I'm 47. I almost said 37. I'm 47, and I live in Shelburne Falls.
My name's Ursula Snow, and I'm 10, and I live in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts.
Michael Hoberman. I'm 52 and I live in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts.
I am Janice Sorensen. I'm 54, right? I live in Buckland, Massachusetts.
When you think about Brazil, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
I don't know, like, I guess soccer, a lot of soccer.
Right.
Yeah. The image that just came to my mind is of maybe a more indigenous Brazilian with like blue feather
Cocar. Yes. Cool.
carnival or the festival in Rio.
Really good soccer.
What do you call it? What's the festival?
Carnival?
Yeah, people think of like Carnival, like that's like, yeah, and they think of like beaches and like beautiful women, but yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's pretty silly.
I think all I know about the culture is that I love the music of Brazil.
I know about capoeira. That's what I
Oh,
know
yeah.
about
Oh,
Brazil.
yeah.
'Cause I had friends that were studying capoeira when I was in college, and they talked about it a lot. And then I've watched it, and I've listened to the music. I love that. I don't remember the
Berimbau?
Yeah, I really like that, and that's about as much as I know.
In your opinion, what the best season here in the US?
Well, the United States is so varied that some parts have seasons and some parts don't. And the best season in Vermont is spring because that's when all the flowers come out.
I kind of, like, I always look forward until the next season, but mostly spring and fall.
Oh,
Why is that?
Well, I feel like it's not too, like, extreme cold or extreme hot. And also, like, they're really pretty. Like, in spring, you get to see, like, all the flowers opening. And in fall, there's, like, really pretty leaves.
New England has such a change of seasons, 4 different seasons, changing all the time, and that's what I love. Every season is beautiful.
What came first, the egg or the chicken?
Some kid.
I'll tell you, that's what made the chicken cross the road.
I think the egg. I think the egg was like the product of some other organism, and it was a, what do you call it, a malfunction egg of another animal, and it grew into a chicken.
Well, I think the egg.
Yeah?
Because I think that probably a dinosaur had an egg, and then like some kind of thing that was like a chicken came out.
Wow.
What player do you prefer, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Neymar?
I think Messi is the best.
Messi?
Yeah.
That's a really hard question. I've been learning about soccer from my son, who is 15, who just started playing, and he has learned everything about, particularly those players, those top players. He loves to watch them play, and Messi is amazing. His moves, I just can't believe how he can maneuver that ball around. Neymar also, and just always is in the right position to score. He just really gets right in there, and he has great hair. It's different every time I see him. And Cristiano, I don't know as much about him, but I think they're all great.
Ronaldo. the old one. From what, the 1980s, something like that?
Ronaldo. Brilha muito no Corinthians. Do you think you Americans are well represented in movies?
Well, I think any movie is a fiction. So, there's a word called escapism, which is the idea that people want to escape from their own reality. That's why we have fiction. So I think that's like a good understanding. Like the base is like it's always going to be like a little bit not real. But one thing that I always thought was funny about American movies, Hollywood movies, is the house parties that they have, where there's huge house parties with a million different beautiful people, and it's fun in every room.
Yeah, nothing gets broken.
Yeah, no one's throwing up. It's like not like that. Like, it's not like you can just walk into a house full of like really hot strangers and like party right away. The house party scenes are funny because when I've been abroad, people are like, "How about those college parties, frat parties?" I'm like, I didn't really go to parties like that much.
Yeah, not on purpose.
Well, see, there again, you're talking about the whole United States, which is as big as Brazil and as different as all the different cultures of Brazil. So you can't answer that question.
Right.
But movies that take place in Vermont, and there are a few, generally are not very representative of the actual culture of Vermont.
I don't know. I feel like every country has its own movies that are like popular, and I bet most like don't. I don't know. Like I don't really pay attention to like how the U.S. is portrayed in movies. Maybe the movie like American Beauty.
I don't see a lot of movies, but I think what I've seen, what I imagine, first of all, in movies, people are usually, they talk right, they say the right things, they look perfect, so always actors are a little bit beyond real. And the way that we live here in our little homestead, living off the land, is not a typical American vision or even a typical American dream. They talk about the American dream, which really tends to be more about, acquiring a lot of stuff and having, this valuable life. In my view of life, I think what's more important is love and friendship and relationship and simplicity, and we don't often see that in the movies.
I think the movies are probably pretty. I mean, I don't watch the movies, but I have an idea from what I see that in some ways they're fairly accurate.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of, maybe it's accurate, which is very sad. I think it's like a lot of stupidity, a lot of like repression of women, a lot of stereotyping of people of color. Most African Americans in the movies are thieves or somebody to be afraid of. Most Asian people in the movies are good at math or something like that. So no, I don't think it's accurate.
Who invented the airplane?
I don't know that.
No. Some Brazilian guy, obviously.
I guess.
But
we thought it was Charles and Orville Wright, but apparently
But it's not.
Do you like living here or would you like to move to another country?
Yes.
what is yes?
I like living here. I like living in other places.
No.
I want to live other places, and I want to live forever in Vermont.
I like to travel and see how it is other places.
I mean, I guess I sort of do. I'm not very happy with our president right now, but
Yeah.
I like living in the U.S. a lot. I think the thing I like the most about it is that there's like so many different kinds of people from all different cultures and walks of life. I think that maybe doesn't exist in a lot of places, and I really value that. I would like to live in another country though. My family is like, part of my family is originally from Israel, and I think I'd like to maybe spend some time living there for like a little bit, but also, yeah, I mean, if I had the chance, like, that feels the most like available opportunity, but if I had the chance, like, I think it'd be cool to like live in Japan or Korea.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What is your school like? Is it like in the movies?
no, it's not. It's like definitely not like what most people would think of as an ordinary school. Like, we do a lot of things differently than most schools, I think.
What kind of things?
Well, like, there's not a lot of like worksheets. It's more of like fun learning, like games or artwork. And we get to go outside a lot and like be in the woods and stuff.
Cool. Really cool. Did you have this big place where you eat together in a big table, or?
Yeah, so we don't have desks. We have like 3 tables, and then there's like one like kind of counter on this area, wooden counters, and so a bunch of people will sit there, and like you have an assigned table, but you can sit anywhere, and every once in a while we'll switch.
Cool. So you have a place that's yours, like?
Yeah, we don't have like assigned exact spots.
It was definitely not like in the movies. I went to a very small high school. There was about 120 kids from 7th to 12th grade. It was a private school, and so I guess it wasn't like, you know, the big public schools in the movies. There was like 20 kids in my graduating class, and yeah, I think there was a much bigger focus on like the community of the school as a whole than in the movies, where there's kind of just like these little cliques.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the jocks and like the nerds or whatever.
Yeah.
There was nothing really like that.
But
yeah.
that exists here, really? I mean,
sure,
pretty
yeah.
much like in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, at least the public high schools around here, I think kids are a little nicer than they appear in the movies, maybe. There's not as much like of a bullying thing, but I think it really varies from like school to school. Like, that definitely exists a lot more in some schools than in others, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I started grade school, it was a 2-room school with 1st through 4th grade in one classroom and 5th through 8th grade in the other classroom. I think that's true in bigger schools. In smaller schools, it doesn't work very well because there aren't enough kids to have enough cliques.
Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Well, I like Yoda.
I really like Yoda. I like Yoda because he is doesn't matter what he looks like. Like, he doesn't look good. He's like this old, craggy, old green guy that's really, really short. But he's wise, and he's calm. He's like calm, cool, and collected, and he gets the job done. And it's not, I mean, he can fight, but it's not all about fighting. It's about like that inner calm. So I really like Yoda a lot. I think he's cool.
Can you say 3 pratos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes?
Probably not. 3 patos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes.
What? 3 trigos para... Wait, what? 3 pratos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes.
3 pratos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes. 3 pratos... Say again. 3 pratos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes.
3 pratos de trigo para 3 tigres tristes.
We have a winner!
Do you have a preference for an NBA team?
An NBA team?
Yeah.
I like the Miami Heat.
Miami what?
The Miami Heat.
Heat?
Yeah.
Miami Heat?
They're pretty cool.
Well, I don't really follow basketball, but I'm from Massachusetts, so I like the Boston Celtics.
Cool.
Yeah.
Xbox or PS4?
I don't know that.
No idea?
I know what they are, but I don't know
Right.
really the difference.
I like Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah, like FIFA. It's pretty fun.
I play games on the computer. I don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, or I used to have both, but so I don't really have a preference there. But as far as like Microsoft or Sony, I only really play, there's one game that I play, and it's made by Microsoft, so I would say Microsoft.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hillary or Donald?
Clinton. Yeah.
Like I voted for Hillary Clinton, and I like totally prefer her over Donald Trump.
I'm not very happy with our president right now, but
Yeah. Why? Why is that?
he doesn't have like respect for everybody, and I think that's like everyone should get a fair chance, no matter what color their skin is or what gender they are.
Does it really feel like all your dreams will come true in here?
That's a good question. I think, America has this big sing and song dance about you come here and there's the American dream, and you can follow your dreams, fulfill your dreams. But I actually think there are other places in the world now in 2016 where you can go set up a business, make money, have security, have your livelihood, and start a family. And it's not only here where you can do that and be an immigrant. I think you could do that in a bunch of countries.
I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
Definitely not.
I was feeling like that a lot, and I still believe, I really still believe that is possible. I think we're more open to variety of ways of doing things here than set in one way. So I think that fuels a lot of dream making. I think that this new president could make it more difficult for some dreams to come true.
Do you run into a lot of famous people?
Not really.
No?
Yeah, it's just the country's such a big place. And also, like, I don't really live anywhere that, like, I don't know any celebrities. But, like, I think, like, I've run into, like, Noam Chomsky.
Huh. Whoa, Chomsky.
Yeah. I met him because he taught at a school, like, down the road.
number 9.
I ran into more famous people in D.C. When we were in Washington, D.C., we ran into politicians. In New York, you'll see some celebrities and stuff. I saw a couple when I lived there.
Not regularly, but I mean, I've had some encounters, like when I lived in DC, I was working in a coffee house, and I probably don't even know who this person is, but Laurie Anderson was, or is, I think she's still living. She's a performance artist. She's put out a lot of recordings with her voice and has some songs, but it's more like spoken word, and she's pretty famous. So, you know, I met her once in a coffee shop, and then I was on a plane, I think in LaGuardia Airport in the New York City area, and Judy Collins was on the plane with me, and again, she's like a older folk singer, but you know, she was famous. She is still famous, but you know, and I think there have been various people that I've run into here and there, but it's not like you walk around and like there's famous people everywhere.
What do Brazilian people do that you think is weird?
The one thing that I know about Brazilian food is that you guys like to eat avocados with sugar and...
This isn't necessarily weird, but I've had friends live in Brazil, and I know that like if you're going to a business meeting or something, if it's at 3 p.m., sometimes people will show up at 3:30, sometimes people will show up at 3:45, and for me as an American, like, deadlines are deadlines, like, you gotta be efficient, you gotta be there when you say you're gonna be there, and I think it's funny that different cultures, like...
Not all Brazilian people, but some Brazilian people kind of eliminate the rainforest, right? I think that's pretty weird.
Okay, now it's time for some lessons with Michael and Janice.
Oh, tongue twisters. Oh,
Tongue twisters.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells down by the seashore.
Can you repeat? Let's give it a go.
Unique New York. Say it 5 times.
We pass the ends that we chase forever. Guess this is all we know.
Unique New York, unique New York.
Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York.
Okay, that wasn't so hard.
I want us to repeat the next one.
Peter Piper
pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Peter
Piper pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?